What's up guys, it's Tom here from Enthusiast Gaming, and in this video I'm really excited to be looking at a game called Rascals. Now I first played Rascals a few weeks ago at the PC Gamer Weekender event in London, and it was then that I fell in love with this title. Now two of my favourite genres in games are roguelikes and card games, and Loot Rascal combines them both perfectly. It also adds an element of turn-based combat too. The game is played from an isometric view, and you move your character across a map, and it's filled with hexagons. I wouldn't really call it a 4X style movement system, but the hexagons are the tiles. Now each time you move across a tile you use up one turn, and whilst moving around the map you're free to use as many turns you like in a row, although every 5 turns the game changes from day and night. This day and night cycle is a very important part of the game, as monsters will either strike you first or second, depending on what time of day it is. Now as you wander around the procedurally generated maps, you'll bump into monsters, and as soon as you engage in combat with them, depending on whether you started a fight with them at the right time of day, you'll hit them first or second. You do your strength worth of damage, and fights don't usually last more than 2 rounds back and forth. Now you are able to increase your basic stats by looting cards. The card mechanic is a small minigame in itself really. The cards will either grant you strength or defense, but some will also have special requirements or abilities. You equip your cards in 2 rows of 5 in the game's menu. But like I said, some of the cards will have their own special ability requirement. For instance, one might give you +2 strength if you place it in the top row in an even tile. This can turn into a huge puzzle at times as you try and min-max your way to the best possible output of stats. I personally love this part of the game. It's original and adds a huge amount of depth into the setup. On top of the really good gameplay mechanics, Loot Rascals looks really good too. The cartoony art style with colourful settings and sprites makes the game seem like it's aimed at a younger audience, but it's an extremely in-depth title. A really neat feature that I found is you're able to actually send leftover cards to an online player. You don't get to choose who they go to, but it's a nice little surprise when you go to check your mail and you've got a free card in there. This was such a cool small feature that could have quite easily not been added, but it's there and it adds to the overall charm of the game. Make no mistakes though, Loot Rascals is one of the hardest roguelikes I've ever played. I've only managed to reach the 3rd zone out of 5, but no matter how hard it is, you just can't resist jumping into another run straight after dying. The ease of starting a new run and the pace at which you can soon find yourself back where you started, if you get lucky with a few card drops here and there, it just helps add to that addictive nature. And if by some obscure chance you manage to actually finish the whole run on Loot Rascals, there's also a daily challenge mode. Now this mode is the same as the usual mode except you're in competition with other players. Everyone plays on the same map to see who comes out on top in a leaderboard style challenge. Now this is really going to add that longevity to the title that keeps people wanting to load the game up every day. Ever since I played Loot Rascals for the first time a few weeks ago, I've been craving it more and more, so when I found out last week I'd be getting an early copy, I was more excited than I probably would like to admit, because I absolutely love this game. I'm going to give Loot Rascals a 9 out of 10. Anyone who likes the roguelike genre needs to be playing this awesome game.